All right. Good morning, everybody. It is 8:15. We are going to get things rolling this morning. We are very happy to have you on our wake-up call today. And we have been going through the book, Little Things Matter by Todd Smith. It's 100 Ways to Improve Your Life Today. And I am excited this morning to bring on my awesome friend and my business partner, Mr. Andi Duli. He is coming to us all the way from Lake Toxaway, North Carolina, nestled in the beautiful mountains with his amazing family. Andi, are you there this morning? Hello, hello? Hold on one second, guys. Okay, he's coming back on, so hold on just a second.
Jennifer, can you hear me now?
You're back. I was just about to kick it off myself. That's okay.
Oh, my God. I'm talking to myself, and then my phone just hung up. I apologize, you guys. I was saying I got chapter 79, and what's crazy is I love this chapter. It's like, a couple of paragraphs. And but anyway, it's adopt the habits of high performers. I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs and share a couple of thoughts. So here we go. To learn how to reach the top in any discipline or job, the smartest thing you can do is study the attributes of those people that came before you. What characteristics or traits distinguish them from anybody else? What skills have they mastered? What little things do they do on a regular basis? Because you and I all know that it's all about multiplying everything we do, right? And we're always multiplying disciplines or neglects. So the author says, when I started my real estate career at age 23, I flew to Denver to meet with the nation's top-selling realtor. The guy was so impressed with my desire to learn that he spent the entire day giving me advice. In the months ahead, I implemented his recommendations, and today, as I look back, I firmly believe that his example, his encouragement and counsel contributed greatly to my success as a realtor. As I read that, I'm thinking, how many people are willing to spend a day of their life, time, money, resources to go somewhere to just learn the fundamentals or the basics or the habits of winning in business. So I love that. When I was asked to coach my son's Little League team, I hired two former professional baseball players to coach me. Even though I had played Little League baseball and watched baseball on TV for years, I wanted to learn proper fielding and hitting fundamentals. I learned all I could, and with the help of another parent, that we coached our team to a 39-1 record over the 2 years we coached together. The same strategy was applied to developing this book, Little Things Matter. I studied the top 10 bloggers. I studied, I love that, the top 10 bloggers on the internet and sought counsel from those who had expertise in this area. Examining all the little things that distinguish the top bloggers from the rest quickly taught me the path to becoming one of the top bloggers in my category. And here's a top secret. Most successful people are willing to share their wisdom and knowledge. They find it flattering and fulfilling. If you call the top 3 people in your profession, compliment them on their success, and ask for 30 minutes of their time to help you be the best at what you do, I bet at least 1 or 2 people would find the time to help you. And by the way, I can definitely concur with that because most people never reach out, and those who do, they just want to share with you, their problems, their story, versus coming with questions, coming with, hey, here's my situation. What would you do? What's your advice? What would you recommend? And listening and taking notes. But anyway, so here's his challenge. As you study people that top in their career fields, and make a list of every little thing they have done and are currently doing to become successful. Your goal is to make a list of 100 little things. Don't roll your eyes at this number. If you want to be the best, make a list of 100 little things, the author says. Stretch your mind to think of things the average person would not normally notice. Highly successful people did not get to the top by doing 5, 10, 12, or 21 things. They went far beyond their competitors. It won't take you long to realize that every little thing truly does matter. Don't just study the habits of one person. Learn from as many as you can. And by the way, this is where the books come in the picture, right? Books, events, learning, growing. You'll begin to understand what you need to do and who you must become. I love this. Who you must become in order to earn the reputation of a top performer in your field. And his last words to us as he closes the chapter is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Rather, learn the activities and model the traits of other people who have already achieved the success that you desire. So I love that, and I definitely have some good thoughts on this. But before I share, Jennifer, I would love to pass it on to you on any thoughts on just high performers or the habits of how they think. I mean, you guys, you are a successful realtor before the business, and you build a solid multiple six-figure check really in a short period of time. And if you look back, and we've got, let's say I'm somebody that's new to success. I've had, I want to be an entrepreneur. What are some thoughts, whether it's an identity, vision or ideas, or 2-3 things that made a big difference? So any thoughts you have on this, I'd love to hear.
Absolutely. I love this chapter, and these things are something that had a massive impact on me on the habits, because if I can go back to where I was before, I was a realtor for almost 7 years, and the habits I had were not the best in business. But before I became a realtor, one thing I remember somebody telling me, like, check with your brokers. Like, what do they do? Do they have a willingness to teach and share what's said in here? Because if they don't, I don't really want to be in that place. I want to model not just the habits of people that the book talks about, but who are they? Like, the values of the person. Are they positive, encouraging, honest, the integrity? Like, for me, that was a big thing. Like, I love what they have, the business they have, the life they have, but do I love who they are and how they did it? Because there's too many people in this world that will choose to tear other people down versus building each other up and learning to grow and surpass that. And I also want somebody that has that encouragement to be like, yes, you can do this. I hope you surpass me. I want you to take this knowledge and grow, and maybe you can teach me, because I want to be somebody who's always willing to learn. I don't know it all. Absolutely not. So when I was in real estate, that happened. And then when I looked in the world of industry we're in now, it's like I had a negative mindset of like, oh, they just did this. They were lucky. This. My mind had to change to have a willingness to be like, well, what if this is different? What if they can teach me how to do these things in a good way, because I've seen bad ways? So you're one of those people that I looked at, and I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to see what he has to tell me, and just your encouragement always and your honesty in things, the integrity you had, the positivity of stuff, that's what I wanted to model. And then I branched out as I met new people in our business and the new partners and the owners of our company. And, to me, another important thing is like, are they godly people? And not just go to church people, like godly people. And do they have those values of what I want to have? And I just kept implementing that myself, and I started growing myself. And it's still a process for me. I always want to learn. I know I don't know it all. And when I have some people join my business, like, I want to get to know them, share with them, but I always tell them, like, teach me too, because there's so many successful people out there that I'm like, listen to them. Take little things and make it your own, because my way is definitely not the only way. I'm definitely not perfect. But when you have a lot of leaders, like everybody that does these calls for us, it's like everybody has a little something that I can take to still, what does it say about the wheel? Don't reinvent the wheel. Like, I just want to polish my wheel. Like, maybe there's some creaks. Maybe it needs to be oiled. Like, I constantly want to pull from people and then put it into myself and grow and then pass that on to people as well. So I'll pass that back to you.
Hey, great thoughts, and I love when you said I just wanted to learn. And one of the things I've seen in high performers, they're curious, they are hungry, because the moment we say, I already know it, or, he cannot teach me or she cannot teach me, look what I've done in the past and look at my status and look at what I've achieved. That moment we say those words, our brain shuts down. So being curious and hungry, and that's why, man, I'm a huge believer that the more you learn, the more you don't know. And the more you don't know, the more open you are. And the more open you are, the more you learn and grow, the more you move towards success. And I was a delivery driver when I got in my industry. I was very hungry. I had big dreams and desires, but no network. I was stuck in business for years. And then I went to, some of my sponsors, uplines, and, business partners, if you will, and they had certain level of success. I learned what I could learn from them, but my business was stuck. I had to go outside of my business or industry or immediate network, and I literally went and spent money I didn't have to go to the highest and top performers or top producers in my industry, and all I wanted to know was their mindset, their paradigm, how they viewed business, their habits and their routines. Because I'm a believer, show me your habits, show me your routines, I will show you your future. And being lifelong learners was key. And I dove into personal development, reading, learning, growing, with the idea of, what can I implement? Also, high performers, they're big on fitness. It takes an energy level. It takes, business sometimes can be like a roller coaster. There are seasons. And when you have a high energy, when you feel good, when you have the endorphins, the serotonin high and all that, whatever challenge you face with high energy, they seem smaller. If you have low energy, if you're tired and fatigued, oh my gosh, those challenges, they multiply. So strong body, strong mind, and they're also planners, they're goal setters, and but they're huge on execution. I know a lot of people that have wishful thinking. They're just big on execution, on what can we do. The more you do, the more you may fail, but the more you fail, the more you learn. And that's how winning is done. It's in the learning. They also, high performers have compelling reasons. I met a guy one time that was making $500,000 plus a month. I'm like, can I buy lunch? Can I buy your dinner? And take you to any restaurant, your favorite, and I'll just, my cup is empty. I would love to ask you questions. And just like the book said, they're always willing to come and pour into you. And at that level of success, being very wealthy, I asked him, what's the dream? Why are you still pushing and building with the same intensity as if you were broke? And the guy spoke for, 5 minutes plus on his dreams and goals and what was left unaccomplished yet. And I was shocked because I can ask, most people, what is the dream? What's the desire? They may have one. It's not very clear, and they don't choose to believe. They have doubts. And so I think, compelling reasons is huge. But having an identity of a high performer is really realizing that no matter what life throws my way, I will be okay. I'll be okay because I'm willing to be humble enough to apply the same basics I applied when I got started. Most people that become quote-unquote big shots, they have a hard time making it big again because they're not willing to get in the trenches, and they compare. See, and then I'll leave with this thought. Gosh, I can talk about this forever, but they compare the big days of success and the momentum with starting brand new. That's why most people, when they fail, after big success, they can never get back up again, because in the beginning, what made them successful was, just the little things done daily, the simple disciplines, the 1 + 1 is 2 and 4 and 8, and the week one multiplying a penny or doubling a penny, it's only 64 cents. But by the 31st day, it's over $10 million. And most people, when they start over, they're comparing the last 3 days, of multiplying the million. They don't enjoy and fall in love with multiplying the penny. So if you can get some of what we shared about today on the mindset, the compelling reasons, the execution, and falling in love with the process and being open to challenges, because there is no success without going through the bridge of challenges and detours. And if you embrace them and you press on with a clear vision of what you want, I promise it's a matter of time before you get on the other side. And all those bumps simply give you good emotional, spiritual muscles and strength, where you now can pour on to and impact other people in their journey. So with that said, Jennifer, if we can open up the lines and tell everybody good morning and goodbye. And I appreciate your time this morning. And have a blessed day, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.